Hello, hello, and a big cozy welcome to first episode of Gen Z Budget Blues, where we unpack the money mazes of our 20s and turn them into trails of triumph. I'm your host, Alex, that eternal optimist who survived more ramen nights than I'd like to admit. But hey, we're all in this glow up together. Today, we're diving deep into a question that's keeping so many of us up at night. Can you really thrive, not just survive, on just $2,000 a month? Think city rents, freelance gigs, and that irresistible urge to splurge on a concert ticket. Spoiler? Yes, with the right hacks, you absolutely can. But before we crunch the numbers, let's bring in our guest who's mastered this dance. Joining me is Jordan, a 25-year-old freelancer who's paid off $15K in student debt while still hitting up rooftop parties. Jordan, so thrilled you're here. What's one word that sums up your 2K life right now?
Empowering. Hey Alex, love being back in the hot seat. Feels like we're just chilling in a virtual coffee shop. One word, empowering. Because I went from staring at my bank app in panic mode to actually treating myself to that $12 oat milk latte guilt-free. But real talk, 2K is the sweet spot for so many Gen Z folks right now. It's that entry-level freelance pay or post-tax starter salary. What's your vibe on it, Alex? Still hoarding those loyalty points like they're gold?
Spot on, Jordan. Loyalty points are my love language. All right, listeners, if you're tuning in while commuting, meal prepping, or just scrolling in bed, grab a notebook because we're about to map this out. We'll break down the 50-30-20 rule tailored for us Zoomers, share real hacks from the trenches, and even tackle those what-if scenarios. But first, let's ground ourselves in the reality, because knowledge is power and a little empathy goes a long way. Jordan, kick us off. What's the biggest money myth you've busted in your journey?
Oh, easy. The myth that you need a six-figure salary to make it. Nah, it's about smart allocation. Take me. Gig economy life means irregular checks, but averaging $2,100 a month like many of us. And get this, over the past year, 72% of Gen Z has taken real steps to level up their finances, from budgeting apps to side hustles. We're not waiting for permission, we're hacking it. But Alex, hit us with the stats to make my heart race. What's the emergency fund gap looking like for our crew?
Heart racing is right, Jordan. Picture this, Gen Z has an average of just $5,948 in readily available cash, dollars in the bank or tucked away at home. That's a solid start, but here's the gut punch. 1 in 3 Americans overall has zero emergency savings, and for us Gen Zers, it's even tighter at around $400 on average, dwarfed by Boomers' 2,000 cushions. Ugh. And 29% of us feel straight up uncomfortable with our savings levels. No wonder 34% of younger adults plan to save more aggressively this year. Intentions are sky high at 37% for Gen Z. It's like we're all in this collective sigh. But here's the hope. With rising costs squeezing everyone, over half of Americans say savings harder in 2025, we're prioritizing financial health more than ever, even over looks in dating. Jordan, does that ring true for your freelance circle?
Totally, Alex. My squad's all about credit score over cute pics now. But let's flip the script. You can't thrive if you're not tracking. Step 1, always log your spends for a week. Apps like Mint or YNAB make it painless. I discovered $150 vanishing on missed snacks. Guilty as charged. For 2K, we adapt the 50-30-20. 50% on needs, $1,000, 30% wants, $600, 20% savings and debt, $400. It's flexible, not rigid. Alex, you're the budgeting wizard. Walk us through needs first. How do you keep rent from eating your whole paycheck?
Love that energy, Jordan. Flexible is key in this gig economy chaos. Let's start with needs. That $1,000 bucket for the essentials. Housing's the beast. Aim for $700 max. If you're in a high-cost spot like NYC or LA, roommate up via apps like Roomie, or hit Zillow for sublets under $800. Pro hack? Negotiate. I once shaved $50 off by saying, "I'm reliable and pay on time, can we chat?" Landlords love steady tenants. Food, cap at $200. Ditch the daily DoorDash, meal prep Sundays with bulk buys from Aldi or Trader Joe's. Think $5 rice bowls loaded with eggs, beans, and frozen veggies feeds you for days. And apps like Ibotta, they rebate 5 to 10% on groceries, turning $150 weekly spends into $20 back in your pocket. Transport and utilities, $100. Public transit pass or e-bike, if you can swing it, saves on gas and gym fees. Split streaming services with friends. Netflix Family is $8 each. Boom, under $1,000 with breathing room. Jordan, as a freelancer bouncing between coffee shops, what's your wildest needs hack?
Oh man, wildest? My e-bike conversion. $300 up front, but it slashed my Uber bill from $150 to $20 a month. And utilities? LED bulbs and unplugging chargers dropped my electric by 10%. But food-wise, I'm all about no-cook nights, overnight oats or salads from a $10 weekly produce haul. It fits that 200 cap easy, and honestly, it sparked my love for simple, sustainable eats. Listeners, if you're nodding along, try this. Audit one category this week. What's sneaking in? Alex, on to once, because thriving means joy, not just survival. How do we splurge without the regret spiral?
Yes, once, $600 to keep the spark alive. This is where Gen Z shines. We're cutting back smartly, but not skimping on what lights us up. Entertainment, $300. Shared Spotify family, $5 a month, or free library events for that cultural fix. Resale apps like StubHub? I scored an $80 resale ticket to a sold-out show, half price, full vibes. Shopping and self-care, $200. Thrift flips on Depop or Poshmark. Buy vintage for $20, feel like $1 million. Set a cool rule, one impulse under $50 per paycheck. And drugstore dupes for skincare, keep it real. Dining out, $100. 2 intentional coffee dates or taco trucks a week, balanced with potlucks or picnics. It's sustainable joy, no burnout from all work, no play. Remember, 72% of us are improving finances by blending fun with frugality. Jordan, spill. What's a want splurge that's changed your week?
A $15 rooftop yoga class fits the $300 entertainment bucket, but it recharges me for those long freelance grinds. And shopping? I flipped a $10 thrift jacket on Depop for $40 profit, turned a want into extra savings. Dining? Picnics with my crew. We BYO snacks and chat goals. It's cheap therapy. But Alex, let's get real about the future stuff, savings and debt. With Gen Z owing big on student loans, average $30K plus, how do we not let it derail the $400 bucket?
Straight fire, Jordan. Picnics are genius. Now, savings and debt, that crucial 20%, $400 for the long game. Emergency fund first, $200 a month. Apps like Acorns auto round up purchases, $3.50 coffee becomes $5 saved. Aim for 3 months buffer. Too many of us, 1 in 3, have none, risking that financial pain. Debt payoff, avalanche method. Tackle high interest first, like credit cards at 20%. For investing, start small with Robinhood or Vanguard index funds. $50 a month compounds massively by 30. Gen Z's saving harder despite costs, with intentions at 37% to stash more. Automate it all on payday, no excuses. Jordan, your debt story. How'd you crush that $15K while keeping the fun alive?
Raw moment? I consolidated loans to 6% interest, then threw every freelance bonus at it, paid off in 18 months. Kept fun by budgeting victory treats, like a $20 massage after milestones. Now, I'm stacking that $400 into a Roth IRA. Listeners, you're not alone. Gen Z is leveraging tools like never before, even if monthly expenses feel impossible for some.
Alex, quick Q&A from our community. What if rent spikes? My tip, build a $500 buffer sub-fund and scout backups quarterly. Brilliant. Proactive scouting is key. Another, side hustle for extra? DoorDash evenings or Etsy crafts. Many Gen Zers pull $500 a month extra. One more, inflation eating my budget? Bulk buys and cash back cards. Shop sales, save 15%. Jordan, final gem, gratitude journaling for wins. Shifts the mindset from scarcity to abundance. You've got this, squad. What a ride. Thanks for the orange glow-up vibes. Listeners, download our free 2K template in the description. plug in your numbers and thrive. What's your top takeaway? Comment below and subscribe for more blues-busting episodes. Hit that bell. Until next time, budget bold, live bright. Peace out.